Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in our Ultimate Base 2.0. At the end of the previous episode we decided it's time to relocate a couple of our ranches slash farms, and that's exactly where we're gonna get this episode started. One thing I did in between the episodes is continue researching a little bit. We now have access to the steam turbine as well as the solar panels. Of course we still don't have the plastics, but that is hopefully gonna change in today's episode. Looking at the temperatures of our farms, we need to be careful. This needs to be a higher temperature and then this needs to be a lower temperature. As a matter of fact, higher temperatures are better. These plants can go from 15 to 50 degrees. This actually means we're already doing good with the temperatures right here. Eventually this is going to heat up. I'm gonna put the sweetles right there so the grubs can already do their thing. Something we shouldn't forget about is the grooming station that I'm gonna place right there, and then it's time to move these bastards. We're gonna go ahead and wrangle up all the creatures we currently have, and then we probably also want to take care of the eggs and everything. So I'm just gonna give a good all sweeping command. Grub eggs are gonna go down here, and then critter egg, the sweetles should be going on the top. Same thing here, we want to drop the sweetles and the grubs respectively. That also means we can start decommissioning the lower farms. One farm I would like to keep for my Dracos and Drecklets. As we've observed before, this is a little bit too hot for the meal lice, so we're also gonna have to move the Drecklets. Now that actually reminds me, we will have to replace some of these tiles with farm tiles, so we will have to make this slightly larger. So I'm gonna do the same thing right here at the bottom, just make this portion here a farm as well as the top portion. I've also resumed crafting some more gold amalgam for our metal tiles in the living area. I would like to increase the decor for certain areas already. Obviously we're gonna proceed by planting everything, and then I guess I want to take apart the lower portion here to be able to build everything. We might even have to ladder up slightly to accomplish this. We are a little bit in a vicious cycle of grooming creatures. While this is not necessary, I would like my rancher to focus on actually moving the creatures. Right now they were just occupied grooming like crazy bastards. Also right here at the bottom, it's time to plant the mealwood. This is going to be for my Dracos. And I guess the plants on the top here we can disassemble as well. Finally, we have a grub in the joint. It's already taking care of my... Hopefully this is going to be a smooth transition as of this point. You know, maybe just for shits and giggles we could go ahead and set up the glass forge. It is very cold in this biome. We could make this our advantage. Just hook it up to some power, and then what we're gonna need is a liquid pipe. We are smelting sand into liquid and we want to make sure it is an insulated pipe. If possible, we want to make it out of ceramic and we want to keep it as short as possible. Looking at the machine, we have to go at least for 3 blocks, and then we should be able to set up a liquid vent. The molten sand is going to instantaneously cool down to glass, and since it is nice and chilly here, we should be fine. I just noticed that the atomic collider has heated up to 110 degrees. That is actually quite a bit. That is surely interesting. This thing even is 591 degrees. That is kind of crazy. Maybe we're gonna wait with the research until we have a better way to cool this down. We don't want to be responsible for accidents right now. I think I'm gonna open up this wall right here in order to let more heat in. Right now it is still a little bit too chilly and we need at least 15 degrees. The glass forge is already in place. Let's go ahead and craft a little bit. Actually, we might want to check how much glass we already have. 350 kilograms, that is enough for almost 2 solar panels. We're gonna need at least 2 more crafts in order to finish the solar panels. We might already want to think about where we want to set this up. Actually, maybe let's just go ahead and remove the top portion here. But within power, we have access to the solar panel requiring 200 kilograms of glass. One more thing I would like to set up is a limitation for the new ranches. It's gonna be 7 critters plus 1 egg that is potentially laying here. Actually, we might be able to set this to 8 critters. And we're only going to do about 6 critters for the grubs. I believe that might be the limitation according to your comments. Moving is not going as quickly as I anticipated. Oh, looks like we actually crafted the glass and nothing broke. That is good. We're going to need 8 crafts per solar panel. That is a tall order, but it is totally going to be worth it in my opinion. Can I please do another one? Wait a second, we have 200 kilograms. What are you talking about, not enough materials? Oh man, sometimes this game, I don't really get it. I think it might also be time to deconstruct these reservoirs one more time. We could use some new bottles in the joint. There, 400 kilograms of glass. What are you talking about? I guess let's just craft another 10 pieces. How does it look? Yeah, we can actually totally keep up with the heat. This is quite easy with the glass forge now. Okay, looks like we moved all of the critters. Some of my Sweetles apparently did not survive the trip, and also some of my Dracos starved. However, we still have Dracolet eggs. Eventually we're gonna get there, don't worry. The transition wasn't quite as smooth as I wanted. No problem, the main thing is we can start cleaning things up a little bit. Certain rooms are not gonna be necessary anymore. As a matter of fact, we can get rid of quite a few things, including the insulated layer we have around here. It's actually a little bit of a pity. It was nice and cozy here. Oh, finally I caught someone crafting the glass. That's what I'm talking about. No damaged pipes because they are very short and well insulated. Good stuff. That means another solar panel, and we're probably gonna go with a fourth one because why not? I have to change Bunny's priority. She cannot focus on operating too much anymore. I need her to do stuff like cleaning the outhouses, though that might be a good indication to finally change to the laboratories and sinks instead of this manual stuff. Let's swap this up again. Toggling and life support is going to be second priority and tidying first priority. Bunny, I really want to see you clean the toilets now. Don't you think you can get away with it? Why is she not storing materials? Storing materials? What? But that doesn't make any sense. Tidying is your priority. No. I don't accept this. You are now cleaning the toilets. What could be so important? That didn't make any sense unless I have this set to priority. Okay. Not sure how this happened, but now of course that makes sense. I need to be careful with my sweeping priorities a little bit. There we go. Now you know your place. Jeez. Now that I know what went wrong, I set Bunny to life support highest priority again. It is now time to set up more batteries. We have all of these solar panels in the joint. We should take advantage of that as good as possible. So in the cold biome, I'm gonna set up approximately 5 or so batteries. Actually, let's just do 8 or so. And obviously we also wanna go ahead and connect this. We already have enough for another solar panel. This is gonna make things so much easier. It's also slowly but surely getting a little bit hotter in this room. We are already above the 15 degrees on the right side. Now I just need to give them a little bit of time to finish the last drawers. But I think at this point I just want to go ahead and take apart as many things as possible for my next step. We already got an egg chance of over 32%, 38% with the other guy. Soon enough, we should be able to start farming our plastic. Looks like Marie decided to be a little bit of an idiot and get herself trapped. Please. These duplicants drive me insane sometimes. Take that ladder apart. Yes, drop down. That's what I'm talking about. Their AI is sometimes extremely ridiculous. Anyways, there's one more thing we can do now, namely automate the grubs and Sweetles. And by automating, I mean we want to set up a whole bunch of incubators. They will take refined materials, and I think for now I want to go with approximately 5 of them per animal. We're also going to set up another 5 here at the bottom for our stone hatchlings. The way we can automate and control the number of critters is actually pretty straightforward. All we have to do is select the eggs we want to incubate. So whenever there is an egg on the floor here, we are going to incubate it in the incubator. We also want to make sure this is set to a really high priority. This can be done immediately. And after we've set this up, we are gonna go into the egg cracker and set the Sweetle eggs to be crafted forever with a significantly lower priority. This is gonna cause the duplicants to first fill up all the incubators, and then only after all incubators are full, they will start using the eggs to cook omelets. Incubators can be hooked up to power in order to occasionally make the hatching process faster. However, I found that it usually isn't really necessary. We're gonna do that in the future. For now, we're gonna save the power. Once the Sweetle egg here hatches, my rancher should come along and bring it back into the stables, but only if we don't exceed the number here. So if I already have 8 critters in here, the critters are gonna be released out of the incubator and they're just gonna roam around on this level, which then means I can kill them off safely in order to create some additional meat for myself. And this is going to be a perfectly balanced system. Maybe another thing we can start doing is setting up a bunch of metal tiles. I would like to exchange the flooring right here because this has a really harsh decor value. And additionally, I would like to see them walk a little bit faster. So by exchanging as many tiles here as possible on the top floor, we can only do up to here, but this should be gold metal tiles. They will walk 50% faster on that, and the decor is gonna go through the roof basically. Ooh, only 8 tons of sulfur left. I'm not sure the grubfruit plants are gonna be a permanent solution. We have to dig for more sulfur again. Luckily enough, we can still find them easily at this point. But at this rate, I'm not too confident, I have to admit. It's now also time to craft more copper. Give me 30 crafts, please. We're gonna set up more sweetle eggs at priority 9 here. As I said, we're gonna do this with 5 incubators, and then the 5 here at the bottom should be stone hatchling eggs. We want to start incubating them here. Stone hatchlings, of course, still for the coal, but now we are also producing them for the food. Wonderful. We now have a whole bunch of metal tiles in place. To make this more perfect, we would have to use the different wire, the heavy watt conductive wire. But this is extremely expensive and not necessary just yet. We can already see this actually maxed out some of our bedrooms. It's also much better here on the top. However, we're not quite done yet with this. Looks like we can get rid of at least half of these farm tiles. They should get by with just a couple of mealwood. New printables. Oh yes, I'm gonna go for the copper, thank you very much. This is gonna allow me to place a couple more of these incubators for my grub eggs. So with our new plan in mind to get the food, I believe it is time to take apart the upper farm tiles. We are just gonna go with what we have at the bottom. And then we might have to think about another source of food. For instance, we could go with fungal spores. They need atmosphere and slime, which we have plenty of thinking about it. All they require is a little bit of carbon dioxide. I think this is a really good idea, so that's what we are gonna set up in this place. And it's also nearby the slime. We have this chest full of polluted dirt, and the slime is upstairs there. What we might want to do, but I'm not sure this even helps if they are within their atmosuits, is set up a wash basin. I'm also gonna go ahead and deconstruct a couple of these pipes that we don't need anymore. There we go, fungal spores coming up. This is actually a really good alternative, I would say. It might even be the more advantageous food to cook. Actually, the quality is only +1, so it's the same thing as roast grubfruit nuts. But still, it's better than the meal ice with -1. We should set this up here in the consumables. We don't want them to eat the mushrooms raw. We want to cook them up for more calories. Looks like we have enough for 2 additional solar panels, or maybe just 1. And I might want to increase the priority on these batteries a little bit. Here we go. Fungal spores are planted. Let's see what he does now. Yes, grabbing some slime. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I just want to observe how he deals with the germs. Doing some of that and some of that shebang. Okay, now he's full of germs, not using the wash basin. Alright, that's what I thought. If they are in atmosuits, they are actually just disinfecting the docking station when it's ready. So we're actually not going to need these wash basins either. Nice, actually we got another 2 sweetle eggs. They should be filling up those 2 incubators. We are missing materials. Let me actually see. This is priority 5. Anyone cares to take care of that? Yeah, that would fall under the operating category. That is just the one dupe we are still missing to cover all of the jobs. Okay, I would say it's time to step up our bathroom game. This is not only going to automate things, but it is going to give us an additional morale point. Looking at the plumbing, all we need is fresh water as an input, and we're gonna get germy polluted water as an output. We then want to recycle it through a water sieve that I'm gonna put here at the bottom and automatically resupply everything. Within refinement, let's set up a water sieve. This is gonna go right here. Yeah, that should be good. I'm also gonna go ahead and power this up, and then we want to get into plumbing, and I'm actually gonna use insulated piping to do that, but igneous rock should be enough. Polluted water is gonna go through the water sieve this way, and then we have the clear water coming out the other side. So what we want to do is combine all of our outputs together, and we're just gonna go through the entire room here and all the way down into the water sieve. We're gonna come out with the normal water and input it like so. This is going to create an infinite loop that is gradually gonna fill up because they produce more polluted water than you need fresh water. So all we have to do is initially fill this up with a little bit of water that I'm gonna grab from here. And what we want to do is set up a liquid bridge like so, which is gonna ensure that this loop is gonna be filled up completely. And once that's done, the water is just gonna stop. Otherwise, if we connect this directly, the water is gonna alternate and we might not be happy with the results. Another thing we have to make sure of is that we have an overflow. So should all of these already be full, I want the water to basically continue. However, I also want a little bit of backup water. So let's say all of these pipes should be full, and only at this point we want to make sure the excess water is flowing out. I'm actually going to do this as soon as we started filling up the loop because I want to do some bridge things here. One thing we can already do that I know we're going to do is set up a bridge here, and instead I want to lead this down here. If you have a white input, this is always going to have priority. So the water is first going to flow up into the system, and if that is already full, only then we want to continue. So this pipe right here doesn't have the priority and is only going to be used when everything else is already full. I'm also going to do something like that with a ladder, and this is going to be the place where we store the churmy polluted water for the time being. We might even want to go as far as setting up a bottle emptier here as well. You can see now all my incubators are full. All the creatures that are here on this floor outside of the incubators I will be able to kill off for meat. All the other creatures should be automatically brought back to the farms. We also just got our first snazzy snoot as a care package. The snazzy suit is just gonna increase the decoration around the duplicant in question, and I think I want to give this to Sheen. Maybe he's gonna do me a favor back and not act stupid all the time. Well, looks like we have our first mushroom harvest. That means soon enough we can cook up even more things. Absolutely wonderful. We're actually also done with the piping of the bathroom and everything. So what I'm gonna do is hook this up now, and we should be seeing this fill up. There it goes into the loop. If you put fresh water into the water sieve, nothing actually happens. And here we can see everything is now filling up. Let's put this into the right direction, and then we can take apart the old bathroom. This is gonna be a whole load off my chest, I would say. Yes, Bunny, of course. She's the first one using the new infrastructure. Followed by Chin, obviously. Okay, now this is actually already enough. That means we can take apart this liquid bridge. Inside of the bridges there are never packets of gas or water. So you can always take these apart without risking anything. And what I'm gonna do now is disconnect this. So we are first gonna use up this pipe, and then we can deconstruct it again once we craft something new with the metal refinery. Now, actually, one last thing we have to take care of is add another bridge right there, and then we want to lead this all the way over here into our dumping ground. So this is going to be for the churmy polluted water, and once we decide to get into purification, we can also use that again. Let's do a couple more copper ore crafts so we can use up the water here. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. We don't need this connection any longer. However, we're gonna want another bridge here, move this all the way over up into this vent and connect this. Absolutely phenomenal. Now we're not gonna run into any overflow issues. Everything that is too much is gonna be dumped outside of here. I also want to set polluted water and normal water to be dumped in this place, since there's always a risk of adding germs, and we don't want to do that to our freshwater pool. Beautiful. Now we have our washroom ready. We certainly took care of our food issues. Now we're gonna get unlimited food basically. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progression thus far. Also, don't forget about the solar panels. This is gonna be a load of our chest. Wonderful. Well, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for the support on this series once again. Keep on doing what you're doing. You're absolutely amazing. With that out of the way, have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye bye.